Hello everyone, it's Ina from Books and Boy Bands and welcome to another video. This time we have another book haul on this channel. I'm super excited because I tried out a new subscription with Aardvark Book Club. Of course, we have our favorite book of the month books. I have also some books from Book Outlet to share with you, and I actually forgot what titles are these, so that's what makes it more exciting. So yeah, just unbox with me and let's see the books. So we'll be starting with the Aardvark Book Club. So it works very similarly to Book of the Month. There's a few main picks available. You can choose one book for the month, and then you can add up to 2 more books. So you can have 3 per box. So that's what I did. Again, this is what the box looks like, and then you open it up. Oh no. So this is what it looks like inside. It says think inside the box, and these are my main picks for my first box. Here I have a card that says Happy Valentine's from the Aardvark Book Club team. It's the season of love. Also, it's a February 2024. And I think they have this like game that you could join. But since I'm from the Philippines, I wasn't able to participate. And then I got 3 bookmarks because I got 3 books. And it just says, please use in lieu of an old birthday or business card. So it's just a cute bookmark. And then my main picks for February 2024 is first this one. It's called The House of Last Resort by Christopher Golden. I just saw this one floating around BookTube, so I decided to get it. I don't know much about the book. I'm not sure if it's horror or thriller. But it says here it is a new novel set against a backdrop of an idyllic Sicilian town about an unspeakable horror that will chill your bones. So this one is set in Italy, and yeah, I don't want to know more about the books, but I just chose this one because it's a horror, I guess, at that time, and I haven't really read much horror, so that's interesting for me. The next book I got was Sugar Baby. So with Aardvark, same with Book of the Month books, you get this mini logo here, but not here on the sides of the book. So it says this one is a bold, intoxicating debut from a dazzling new voice. It's an unflinching portrayal of high-paid sex work in the age of the internet. So basically about sugar babies. So there. Then the next book that I have for you is Rouge by Mona Awad. I know the author is famous for Bunny, which I also haven't read yet, but I wanted to try this one out and then maybe read Bunny. I haven't got a copy of Bunny yet, so maybe in the future, or I would just borrow it from the library. But yeah, this is a horror tinged gothic fairy tale about a lonely dress shop clerk whose mother's unexpected death sends her down a treacherous path in pursuit of youth and beauty. So there. So that's my Aardvark Book Club. I am not sure if I'll continue on with my subscription. It depends on the next picks they have, but I do have 1 box I'm sure that's coming from them, and then we'll see in the following months. Now let's start with the Book of the Month books. The month I do get like the largest possible box, which is a box with 5 books. Usually I offer like the service to friends who might be interested on getting copies of the books, but you know, we buy from the US to the Philippines. It is costly to ship the books. By sharing them with each other, we kind of save up on money. So there. The first book I have here is from November 2023. It's a romance book. It's called This Spells Love by Kate Robb, and it says, what if one little wish could change everything? So there. The next one is quite the thick one. This is The Mayor of Maxwell Street. So this one is another February 2024 pick. And I think this one is a historical fiction. So let's see here. Yeah, so it says here, the year is 1921. America is burning. A fire of vice and virtue rages on in every shore. And Chicago is its beating heart. So there. The next book I got is a historical fiction as well. So I think this one, has Evelyn Hugo vibes. So I just decided to get it. It's just a historical fiction add-on. And it says, and the title is The Disappearance of Astrid Bricard by Natasha Lester. So it is set in 1973, featuring a rising fashion star called Astrid Bricard. And it talks about her disappearance at a legendary designer showdown. So there. The next book I have is a thriller. So this is an add-on, an old June 2023 pick. It's called She Started It by Sean Gilbert. And it just says here, the party of a lifetime is nothing like what they expected, and it is going to feature four best friends, Annabelle, Esther, Tanya, and Chloe, and their reunion. 3 days of white sand cocktails and relaxation on a luxe private island in the Bahamas. So it says it's endlessly twisty, sharply observant, and deliciously catty. I'm hoping to get to pick this one up in the near future. And then finally, I have another February 2024 pick. It's another romance, and this one is Ready or Not by Cara Brastone. This is a surprise This is a book that features a surprise pregnancy, and it says that surprise pregnancy leads to even more life-changing revelations in this heartfelt, slow-burn friends to lovers romance. Now let's open the next two Book of the Month boxes. Okay, so for the next Book of the Month box, I got a bookmark. The first one didn't have a bookmark for some reason, and the bookmark says, was it something I read? So there. So it says bookmark copy submitted by Alisa A. from Palmyra, VA, member since 2022. Oh, okay. So in this next box, I have Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows again. This is not mine. This is a friend's copy. Or is this mine? Yeah, I don't know. So there. I talked about this in another book haul already. Next one is The Women by Kristen Hanna. So this is another February 2024 book, and it says, from the celebrated author of The Nightingale and the Four Winds comes The Women, at once an intimate portrait of coming of age in a dangerous time and an epic tale of nation divided. Definitely epic because this is quite the long one. There. It's set in 1965. So there. Next, I have another copy of The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. This one is not for me as well, but a friend asked me to order it for them. So here's to you. And then the last one is a February 2024 pick. It's The Resort by Sarah Ochs. And it just says here at the back, it was a vacation to kill for, ... But yeah, it says here, welcome to paradise. We hope you survive your stay. There are 3 rules to follow during a vacation at the famous Koh Sang Resort. 1, leave the past behind. 2, always be careful who you trust. 3, if someone discovers who you really are, run. So there, very interesting. Now we're down to my last Book of the Month box. Have is another book I had to buy for someone, and it's Butcher and Blackbird. I haven't read my copy yet, but this is a very buzzing book in the community. So there. The next book I have is Heartless Hunter, The Crimson Moth, Book 1 by Kristen Ciccarelli, and it says her deadliest enemy or her greatest love. So this one is an enemies to lovers book. It's about a witch and a witch hunter falling in love, and it's a romantasy read. So there. The next book we have is a fantasy by an Asian author. It's The Fox Wife by Yang Zi Chu. And it says here, some people think foxes are similar to ghosts because we go around collecting chi. But nothing could be further from the truth. We are living creatures just like you, only usually better looking. So this one is set in Manchuria in 1908 in the Qing Dynasty, Qing Empire. So yeah, it says it's a world of mortals and spirits, humans and beasts, and their dazzling intersection. Epic in scope and full of singular, unforgettable characters about old loves, second chances, the depths of maternal love, and ancient folk tales. So very, very interesting. And then the next book is a book I got for myself because I had a collection of all the Book of the Month Ready Sager books, or Ready Sager books. And then I sold them all when I lost interest in reading, and now that my interest is back. And the last book we have for this Book of the Month haul is My Darling Girl by Jennifer McMahon. This is a Thrills and Chills add-on. And this is about Alison O'Connor and her small town life in Vermont with her husband and their two daughters. So, and her mother as well. So it just says here, mysterious, increasingly terrifying things happen upon the arrival of her estranged mother, and Allison begins to wonder if something far more sinister is at play. As her mother's final days spiral into a nightmare, she must decide how far she is willing to go to protect her family. So there, those are all the Book of the Month books. Now it's time to unbox this book outlet box. Let's start with this. This is When You Get the Chance by Emma Lord. I just finished reading The Getaway List a few weeks ago, and Emma Lord has always been a YA favorite. She writes young adult characters beautifully without like annoying you, and they are very mature for their age, and the love story is always something filled with kilig, will make you giddy and will make you root for the characters. So there. It has a very beautiful cover, and I'm sure it's about New York again because Emma Lord is like in love with the city of New York and always features the city in her books. But yeah, it says here it's set in Broadway. We have a main character who is aiming to become a Broadway star, and she has a drama club rival, Oliver, and they have a simmering romantic tension together. But it says here, how can you find a new part of your life and expect it to fit into your old one without leaving any marks? And why is that when you go looking for the past, it somehow keeps bringing you back to what you've had all along? So there, this is When You Get the Chance. Next, I bought a Simone St. James book. This is Silence for the Dead. And it says here, the ghosts of the past plague a young nurse in this riveting novel from the best-selling author of the Book of Cold Cases and The Sundown Motel. So I've read The Sundown Motel, and I know that the author usually features dual timelines and dual characters in each timeline. So I'm not sure if it's another book like that because it only says 1919 year at the back. So yeah, maybe it just says here it's a gothic style horror, so I'm into it. This book is A Taste for Love by Jennifer Yan, and this book is a young adult romance where we have a main character named Lisa Yang is very in love with baking, and she wanted to join an annual junior competition to prove to her mom that she really loves baking and she is more than her rebellious tendencies. But when she arrived on the competition bake-off, she realized that the other contestants that she will be competing with are all young Asian American men that her mother has handpicked for her to date. So it has a bachelorette type thingy and baking. So it sounds very, very interesting. I'm looking forward to reading this one. Of course, we have another romance book. This is called Hot British Boyfriend by Kirsty boys. And it's about a girl named Ellie who goes on a trip to England, and while everybody else is interested in honors courses and college application preparations, she is on a quest to rebuild her reputation and self-confidence, and she thinks that nothing can beat that than getting a hot British boyfriend. So there. Next, I have another romance. This is Cool for the Summer by Daya Adler. I have read this book before, and it featured a different cover then. So when I saw this cover, I couldn't resist getting this one. And I remember this is like a bisexual awakening for the main character, as you see it features a lady love interest and a male love interest. But it's more than that. It's such an adventure. I really enjoyed it. So we got a trophy for our shelf. The next one I got is Muse by Brittany Cavallaro, and I think I have an arc of this one on NetGalley, but I saw a good deal and I just decided to get this one. So there. Okay, so I saw this book, another Asian authored book. This is The Wangs versus the World by Jade Chang, and it says here with some blurbs from other authors that it's sharply funny, a firecracker of a debut. It says a touching novel of what it means to belong in America. So I'm joining the Asian Readathon, and I've been looking for a debut novel to feature, so I might just get this one. The next book I have here is another book I've already read before and I really enjoyed, and this one is a young adult fantasy and another Asian author. It's Six Crimson Cranes by Elizabeth Lim. I've been meaning to read like the next book in the series, but yeah, this is another arc I was sent before, but that was a digital copy, so this is a physical copy for the shelves again, or maybe to share with a friend for Asian Readathon month. And now I'm down with the last two books. The second to the last one, it's The Good Girls by Claire Eliza Bartlett. It says here it's about a small town murder, a dark secret buried beneath layers of lies, and at the center of it all are the good girls. Go ahead, look them in the eyes, ask them why they did it. So I just also featured this book in a bargain book haul, a thrift store book haul that I filmed, and I bought that one because of the good price, forgetting that I actually ordered a book outlet a hardcover, a remainder copy of it. So one of the copies is going up on the shop. And then the final book in this haul is Hotel Magnifique by Emily J. Taylor. It says here it's about a legendary hotel known not only for its whimsical enchantments, but also for its ability to travel, appearing in a different destination every morning. So that's very, very exciting. I'm not a fantasy girly, as you probably know already, but still very much interested with this one. I don't know, again, if it's going up on the shop or if it's staying on the shelves. But if you're interested to see the books up on the shop's link would be placed down below. But yeah, that's all of the books that we have for this book haul today, and thank you so much for joining me in unboxing. It's nice to see the titles that I actually forgot I bought already. And thank you so much for joining me today. If you're still here, please do comment which book I should read next, and just share any bookish thoughts you have on these titles. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye!